Wrestling fans, Boston Wrestling MWF Summer of 7 p.m., 7 nights a week has exploded online. Join the superstars and legends on Wrestling Insiders every night at 7 p.m. Spread the word. As first reported to our Boston Wrestling MWF family on Patreon, big things are happening as we wrap up our biggest spring ever and kick off our Summer of 7 p.m. beginning Memorial Day night, when brand new Wrestling Insider episodes premiere at 7 p.m., 7 days per week. We also kick off our Make-A-Wish drive in high gear to help grant wishes to awesome kids that have been waiting over a year in many cases. After an Extreme Saturday with New Jack and a Demolition doubleheader with Axe, put the women and children to bed. As fresh from the Shawn Michaels A&E biography, Marty Jannetty returns for a Party with Marty tripleheader, Friday, June 18th, Saturday, June 19th, and then joining us again for the WWE Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Sunday, June the 20th, taping episodes of Wrestling Insiders, watch-alongs, and cyber autograph signings. It's going to be a huge weekend that demands fan involvement. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com for complete information and pre-ordering option. Let's help keep wrestling legends working and great wrestling talk show content being produced. We can't do it without you. Help us explode into summer. 7 nights a week at 7 p.m.
Soon as he said that, I'm like, what do you mean let us quit? Didn't you just tell me to come over here and tell him we quit? But he's gonna fucking let us? Like, come on, Shawn was doing us a favor. Did you not see that? He's fucking gonna let us quit. I think he walked off talking to himself, probably saying that. But so that's what happened. Now, we get our flights home. I get in the plane, get back to Orlando. He goes to Tampa, and my voicemail back then, you're on the road, voicemail.
Must be loaded, yeah.
Yeah, not only that, but when's the last time an answer machine? I mean,
oh, yeah.
remember
Beep,
those
yeah.
things?
Or even a house phone.
Yeah. So I go home, and there's all kinds of messages, and very last one, after about 20 minutes of listening, Marty, it's Vince. Call me at the office, please, as soon as you get home. And it was like 5:20, so I'm thinking, or 5:30, I'm thinking he ain't gonna be at the office now. But I went ahead and called, and he was there. And he says, well, Marty, he goes, really don't know what to say about the decision you made. He says, but you're welcome to stay on and wrestle singles. And I was like, nah, Vince, I mean, thank you, but Shawn and I made this decision together. I'm not gonna go behind his back. And he goes, well, that's kind of funny. I just talked to him, and he said he had nothing to do with that. That was all you're doing. So he's gonna stay on. And I didn't even say bye, I don't think. I hung up, called Shawn, and said, Shawn, tell me it ain't true. Tell me it ain't true. And he was quiet, he knew. What? I said, you called Vince and said that was my idea, you had nothing to do with it, and you're gonna stay on? And he says, Marty, on the flight home, I got to think about it, and man, you're single, I'm married, I paid my house off in the first year.
You were smart about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hate paying interest. I had the money. It wasn't that much, like 150,000 place. Unlike the million, everybody goes and get the $1 million homes, and then if you get laid off or let go 2 months later, now
what are you gonna do, right? Yeah.
But I mean, I had enough, and like I said, I hate paying interest. Why?
Why? I'm that way with credit cards.
Yeah.
Hate to pay. I haven't paid interest in 10 years.
Yeah, man, ain't no sense
crazy.
in it. Why give them the money you took backdrops for? But so, Shawn, he said, your house is paid off. I've still got to pay on mine. I just can't quit right now. I said, well, that's fine. Why didn't you tell me that rather than tell me to call Vince and say I quit? No, we quit. He got real quiet, and he just kept saying he was sorry. Who was the bad guy? Who looked like the bad guy? I called up and quit. He's Vince. That's Vince's boy. Vince loves Shawn to death. I don't think he likes me, but I mean, he just has this thing about Shawn. Shawn can do no wrong. But so he called Vince back, and he said, we'll have a meeting at TV. Next TV coming up was like a couple weeks or something or other. And sure enough, all the boys, it's a TV taping, all the boys there. One agent, I'm not going to say Tony Gurria's name, but went around, and because he'd heard about it, Why you laughing, man?
I know Tony.
And another agent that, I think he died though, Chief Strongbow.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't want to say his name either. But a couple of agents got the word, and they went around and told all the boys. Shawn stabbed his partner. And back then, like again, I'm not talking Shawn down because I love him to death. I loved him to death back then. He was just, but particularly Strongbow, but I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
Didn't like Shawn a lot, and he went and told everybody about Shawn stabbed his partner in the back, stabbed him in the back. And from when I got there, a lot of the boys, not all the boys, a lot of the boys. I remember Wayne Bloom in particular. I remember Wayne the Train Bloom and
Beverly Brothers in WWE.
Yeah, man, you got it all. Wayne comes up. That's fucked up what Shawn did, and we all were together in Minneapolis.
Yeah, AWA time. Yeah.
And so there's a bond there. So Wayne was pissed about something like that. Marty, I'll go beat his ass for you. You want me to go beat his ass? Like, no, man, no. I mean, if it came down to that, I can handle myself. I don't need y'all to go, because 2 or 3 people got really upset about it. I guess they thought he was a little too arrogant back then. But like, no, we'll figure it out. We'll get it. No, y'all leave him alone, leave him alone. But it was just amazing to me that everybody knew. Gosh damn, some agents had some big mouths, But it was kind of nice, that the boys cared. I don't know if they cared about me as much as they despised him. It might have been a combo.
Maybe a little of both. Yeah.
And so, end up we had a meeting with Vince, and that's when he said, we're going to split you guys off, and what we want to do, Marty, is make a star out of Shawn. And I'm like,
well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
And I might have done like this when he said it. So, and I'm like, and I'm thinking about when they split tag teams up.
Yeah.
Am I talking a lot?
No. Oh, no, you are, but that's the purpose of the show.
That's a talk show, ain't it?
Exactly.
But so, I'm sitting there knowing what they do with tag teams. The one that they push, the other one's he's faded out. So that's what I'm thinking, like, wow, I brought us this far. I mean, because Shawn has actually told it in a couple of interviews. While he was good as he could be, he was very good. I was teaching him a lot in the younger years. He eventually passed me, and then I'm learning from him later.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, to that point, I'd brought him there. And now they're going to run with him. And I said, Vince, can I talk to you after the meeting? And Vince did say this. He said, we see a superstar in Shawn. Marty, don't quite see that with you right now. Thanks, you got any more shit to throw on me? But so I said, can I talk to you? When we're in the meeting, he goes, sure. And, Shawn left, and I said, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? Like, meaning, are you going to fade me out? And he knew what I was asking. He goes, that'll be up to you. I said, well, you said that you don't see superstar in me. I said, will you give me the opportunity to prove you wrong? He smiled. He goes, I like that attitude. Still phased me out, you bastard. No, I didn't. But, so that is what really happened.
The World Wrestling Federation was live at Frankenhalli in Nuremberg, Germany, Tuesday, June the 13th, 1995. In the opening contest, Jean-Pierre Lafitte beat Duke the Dumpster Drosy. Men on a Mission with the win over the New Head Shrinkers. WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze retained the title over Bertha Faye. Shawn Michaels defeated IRS. Adam Bomb victorious over King Kong Bundy. The Smokin' Guns beat the Blue Brothers. Bret Hitman Hart with the win over Hakushi. And in the main event, The Undertaker defeated Kama. If you were in Nuremberg live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston wrestling sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insiders Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insiders Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.